One's name and turn it into a pun. Here's one of our favorite features with Jeff Saturday, Definitely or Definitely Not. Jeff, if I said Joe Brady starts his tenure as the head coach of the Bills on the hot seat, do you say definitely or definitely not?
Definitely. I mean, listen, it's AFC Championship or Super Bowl bust. I mean, this team has won as many games as any franchise over the last 6 years, and they win in playoff games. Will they win 8 playoff games? Yeah, you're gonna have to go win, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, Joe Brady's got his work cut out for him. Bean better be his best friend. That's all I'm saying.
I'm hearing Nick laughing. Can I bring Dominique into this, Cindy? I know it's not what we planned, but Dominique, why are you laughing at this?
I'm sorry, man. Like the puns are great, but Jeff doing the definitely one, it gets me every time. I love it. And then he also says it multiple times. Definitely. Like, I would like to make an appeal to the producers. Can we come up with a church it up segment? Church it up or church it down to add to the Jeffisms in the Jeff fund, because definitely is outrageous, and I love it.
It didn't even occur to me that's what was funny. I thought you were laughing at the idea of Joe Brady being on the hot seat.
The man said definitely. He seriously said definitely, and we all just acting like it's normal.
He's playing into the bit. I appreciate it, to be honest with you. Let's go to the next one. All right. If I said the Steelers should bring back Aaron Rodgers, would you say definitely or definitely not?
Definitely. When you're thinking about what Mike McCarthy wants to do, obviously he's going to have to try. Whether it's Will Howard, they're going to have to find somebody. McCarthy's about building his QB room. Peter Schrager's talked about this a number of times. It's not just his starter, but to have a chance to win. Obviously, with Mike Tomlin walking away from it, to win now, they're going to have to go get somebody. And as you look around the landscape of the league, I think obviously Aaron Rodgers fits with McCarthy better than anybody else right out of the gate.
Okay, it is funny. Last one. If I said Brian Daboll going to the Titans is a loss for the Eagles, who just can't seem to find an offensive coordinator, would you say definitely or definitely not?
I'm going to say definitely, not because they haven't found him, but I thought Daboll would have been a really good fit there in Philadelphia. I like his style. I think he has a certain swag about him. He's dealt with the New York media for a number of years, so he's got thick skin, which is going to require to sit in Philly and listen to all the stuff. But I think it's a loss. And again, this is no taking away from the Eagles and what they've been able to accomplish. But this, for me, I just thought Daboll would be a good fit there.
Go ahead, Nick.
I agree. I think Daboll is he has a defined style, and he's defective offensive mind that I think would be just Jeff fantastic if he could get a hold of all those talented players.
Well, see, and now you're being ridiculous. Okay, let me bring Sal Paolantonio into the conversation. That's the problem with these bits, is I'm trying to have a serious conversation, and Dominique refuses to allow it.
I'm sorry.
So, Sal Paolantonio, here's the way here's the way I look at the Eagles thing. The last 2 offensive coordinators the Eagles had who were successful became head coaches immediately, Shane Steichen and Kellen Moore. Obviously, the 2 who were not successful had that role for only 1 year each, and so we find ourselves here. Why, I'll just put it to you as generally as possible, why have the Eagles not hired an offensive coordinator yet?
Well, first of all, Michael, I just talked to 2 independent sources, and they both told me that Brian Daboll was not offered the job in Philadelphia, and he went to Tennessee because he wasn't offered the job in Philadelphia, and he had a better option. They had great conversations about him coming to Philadelphia. I agree with Jeff, and I agree with Dominique. He would have been a great fit in certain areas. Knows the NFC East for sure, can handle the Philadelphia media. He would have been great for Jalen Hurts, a running quarterback. He had success with Josh Allen in Buffalo. But the Eagles are taking their time. I was told this morning that they really want to take their time and they want to look at some candidates perhaps that are still playing on Sunday next week for the Super Bowl. So you got to make sure that you do your due diligence. And this team, why wouldn't you want to come to Philadelphia? You have the best general manager in football in Howie Roseman. You have a built-in Super Bowl caliber defense. You got a guy who's an MVP in the Super Bowl, but it's a tricky situation, right? The structure is already there with Nick Sirianni, Jeff Stoutland, the offensive running game coordinator. You've got Jalen Hurts. He's got his ways. He wants to have input in the offense. You got the situation with A.J. Brown. It is a tricky situation, and they want to get it right. They are taking their time.
And the level of scrutiny is high, right? I mean, there's no question. There's a spotlight on that position, on that role, unlike practically any other. I think there are a lot of
I would say in answer to that, the answer is definitely that's true.
Yeah. My man, Sal, see you,
Leave
baby.
it to Sal to play into the bit. Schrager, what are you hearing about this? Because I see both sides of it. Again, football coaches, in my experience, have extremely strong egos. And so I think if I'm a person who has that, I walk in there thinking, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to be awesome, we're going to have a huge year, and I'm going to be a head coach 1 year after that. I thought they would get someone like Mike McDaniel, who took that role with the Chargers. I thought they would get someone like Brian Daboll, who just took that role with the Titans. I don't know that the Eagles talked to those guys, but I thought they would get someone of that level of profile. What is your sense of what you're hearing around the league, Schrager?
Well, it's different than every other offensive coordinator job right now because of the level of scrutiny, and we saw it with Kevin Patullo firsthand. And when you have houses being egged and you have threats being made and you deal with that's not for everybody, and sometimes that's not for everyone's family. So I do think that's a piece to this. The other part of it is Sal's point. You've got the best offensive line coach in all of football in Jeff Stoutland. You've got this established roster, and you've got an offensive head coach in Nick Sirianni. If you're some of these offensive coordinators and you're looking at Tennessee as a blank slate where I can bring all my guys, I have Cam Ward, who is a second-year quarterback, who is basically a mold of clay I can build. There is something to like about that as opposed to taking the job that you're being dropped in, plugged into an already set situation. I'll end with this. They met with Sean Mannion. They met with Frank Smith. You're seeing names like Jerrod Jonson, Jim Bob Cooter. They're not going to wow you. But you wouldn't have been wowed by the name Shane Steichen a few years ago. And you probably wouldn't have been wowed by Clint Kubiak a year ago, who the Seahawks hired. I am with Sal on this one. Be patient. Let's see how this thing plays out. And before we get our eggs ready for everyone in the Eagles building, let's see who they hire and how it works.
All right, Sal, put a final word on it for us.
Well, I disagree with Peter. It's not houses that have been egged. It's buses that have been egged. When the bus comes, as Jeff Saturday and Dominique know, when the bus comes into Lincoln Financial Field, it will get egged. But, you know, the bottom line is the structure of what they have in Philadelphia, you have to fit in. It's a very, very interesting place. Yeah. It's a dynamic place. But you have a guy who's gone to 2 Super Bowls. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes in both those Super Bowls. You got to be able to work with him, and you've got to be able to get that passing game moving forward. They must be more dynamic and explosive in the passing game. I've agreed with Dominique all year long. This team was not explosive enough, dynamic, and creative. And by the way, Jeff Saturday has all the gimmicks. I thought I had gimmicks on Sunday morning. He's got the vest going. He's got the definitely going. He takes the cake now. It's over. Jeff Saturday's in first place.
No question about it. Sal, you are the best. Thank you for jumping in. You know what else Jeff has? And he serves them up every week, hot off the griddle. Let's do some pancakes. Pancakes is one of our favorite things. Dominic, get it started.
Fluffy. Little taste, little appetizer. Oh my goodness! Get out the way! You gotta like that. Are you serious? Oh, that is for real chin